Desert Radio Podcasts.
Urban and Rural Development Minister, that's Erastus Uutoni, is urging local authorities to reconsider their reliance on external debt collectors for recovering funds from defaulting clients. Now, instead, he advocates for direct engagement with account holders themselves to really understand the reasons for non-payment, to establish agreements rather than outsourcing this responsibility. Uutoni himself is saying that the practice of handing over accounts to external debt collectors diminishes the role of local authorities' employees tasked with debt collection, reducing them to mere salary collectors. These remarks from Uutoni come amidst legal battles faced by several local authorities, including on Dangwa, as they seek to recover outstanding debts from residents. Now, the question then begs, can local authorities handle debt collection without external players? We are joined by Swakopmund Mayor, that's Dina Namubes, on the line this morning. Mayor, to you, a very good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here. How are you?
We're doing well. Thank you so much for making some time for us this morning. Akser Aupindi also joins us as the Deputy Mayor of Okahandja, as well as another portfolio that we'll be talking about shortly also, because he has some various expertise in that. To you, Mr. Aupindi, a very good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you, Colin? And good morning to your viewers.
Very well. Thank you so much for making some time for us. Mayor Namubes, perhaps we'll start with you this morning. We've seen the stories, in Windhoek, in Walvis Bay, on a particular debt collector, while not being too popular and famous with the residents themselves. We saw what happened in Walvis Bay last week as well. And now Urban and Rural Development Minister Erastus Uutoni is saying that local authorities should rather handle this debt collection themselves. What is the current system now at the Swakopmund municipality?
Thank you so much for that question. I totally agree with the minister, and our council feels that we can manage our business or the municipality without Red Force's assistance or support, as we follow and rely on our credit control policy. In addition to ensuring that the finance department runs smoothly, our formally authorized accounting officer represents the council in ensuring that council funds are managed and distributed properly. And in addition, we have a large debt load, but we are nevertheless able to pay our employees to accomplish the jobs for us.
So it works. It's a system that works, is what you're saying.
Yes, for us it is working, and I think the other municipalities are probably depending on outside help because they are having a large debt with probably very limited internal capacity. And also it could be that they don't have a CEO that can run the administration properly. But for us, it is working. We have the internal capacity that runs and that do the job for us, and we refuse to really seek for external support.
Mr. Aupindi, what's the situation in Okahandja?
Thank you very much, Colin. First of all, I just want to greet the Mayor of Swakopmund for making time and join us this morning. Yeah, back to your questions. Yes, indeed, I believe also as well that it is manageable to local authorities, even if it's not all that perhaps might not have the capacity to deal with the issue. But I believe we will be able to run the affair and be able to collect the debts of Okahandja municipality. But we are, as we speak currently, we are in the situation where we already have Red Force in place.
So you have a contract with them?
Yeah, we do have a contract with them. Mm-hmm. But then it is a back and forth battle that we are currently fighting to get rid of Red Force. But we believe as a council that it was not done in a conjunction or in a proper way as per our resolution.
What do you mean by that?
What we mean is that we when we passed the resolution as a council, basically we wanted just two people that be able to assist us on a contract basis. So it tends to come out that it was now Red Force brought in by maybe the CEO and others, and that is what we are now currently investigating, and we are 92% to complete the investigation.
So what you're saying is not all the councillors agreed to this relationship with Red Force?
Not really all the council, but what I want to say is that the whole council
didn't agree at all. It was one person that did this on their own.
Definitely, that's what we are looking at, and we are doing investigation. But at the same time, while we are busy doing the investigation, we also want to engage the municipality of Vavishpay, so to see how do they go about it, and how do they arrive at the court, and how the court is dealing with the issue, including also their lawyers. I think we will be able to make use of that, but it is still yet to be seen, and we will be able to update the whole nation of the outcome. So we are not happy with the way Red Force was brought in, because we have the capacity. We believe that we have the capacity to collect our debt, collect on our own, or perhaps just to have at least 2 additional people on a contract basis. For example, to say 2 years contract, and those people, they will be able to just to have a force in the council. But manageable, I believe it can be manageable on a local level authority. But I want also to touch to the statement that the Honourable Minister have made to Ondangwa. It came as a shock to many local authorities, because Red Force actually have been in existence for so long, probably for 10 years to 15 years in Namibia, and the minister have also on the same ministry as for more than plus minus 10 to 15 years. I believe he could be now knows who is Red Force and how Red Force work, and I think this is a political statement, and have to be treated as such. Remember, this is 2024, a year of election, and any statement can come out anytime.
So you think he's just saying that to appease the masses?
That's what most of us we believe it, because we have a platform that we need to engage with the minister, and we believe also that the minister could give a directive through the proper channels to local authorities, instead of go and make such a statement at Ondangwa Trade Fair and Expo. Thank you very much.
Mayor Namubes, perhaps just to go back to you, I mean, you say, look, your system has worked, your system is working, but has there ever been a time where you probably needed external help and looked at other institutions like Red Force, like other debt collectors? I'm just asking that because if you look at the city of Windhoek, for instance, they don't believe that their own internal system works. They believe Red Force's model, which only charges a 10% fee on actual payments, is more sustainable. They say it's a better sustainable approach for all parties involved. What's your experience been in that regard?
I think, seeking for external support comes with expenses, financial expenses as well, because these bodies are not coming to do work for you for free. They are also charging. So on top of the bad debts that you have, and you are still seeking for external support, you are creating another expense on top of what you have already. So what we did following the COVID pandemic was we implemented a resolution that allowed the individuals to make arrangements and settle their debts in manageable installments, because we actually fell into bad debt as a result of COVID. And to our call, the public responded rather well and worked with us quite well. People in our neighborhood are working very hard to pay their bills. And around end of each month, lengthy lines of people, including the elderly, are visible at our municipality paying their bills. And with this endeavor, we are able to retrieve a sizable sum of money. We actually retrieved a sizable amount of money, and this gives us confidence to really rely on the stakeholder relationship or the relationship that we have with our community members. Our council is also extremely frugal and vigilant about wasteful spending. And our CEO, in conjunction with the finance GM, is doing a fantastic job of overseeing the council's finances. So with us, I still stand on my grounds to say we are capable of doing our own jobs because we are paying people salaries to do the job for us. We have our legal structures that we also utilize in terms of certain cases that we have no control on. So we have definitely our lawyers and we have external support, but our external support is more on town's development and then, but truly I don't trust in or I don't believe in seeking external support whilst we have the people that can do the job. As I highlighted, we are privileged that we have a CEO or the administrator that is really running the administration very well. And I don't speak bad about the rest of the other councils. As I highlighted, it may be that their debts are very, very large, and they had no choice but to seek for external support. And also, it may be that they have a very small amount of internal capacity. As councils, we are there to advise each other and to help each other. And most important thing is that the community also needs to come and stand with us and support us because the municipalities mostly rely on the taxes and rates that they are paying. That is the only way the municipalities are creating or generating income. So we also rely heavily on the community support.
So what do the residents of Swakopmund owe you right now? Do you know where the debt level stands?
I cannot respond now on that one, but we definitely reduced the debt level from where it was because we collected about a large amount of money. As I'm saying, people are coming through paying, and we are not at where we were after COVID.
We're on conversation this morning with Okahandja Deputy Mayor, that's Akser Aupindi, as well as Swakopmund Mayor, Dina Namubes. We're speaking on the use of external debt collectors for recovering funds from defaulting clients when it comes to local authorities. Deputy Mayor Aupindi, just to come back to the issue of Okahandja, so you're currently trying to see how you can get Red Force removed away from your municipality. But speak to us on what the system was before Red Force came along. Were you handling it well? Were you actually managing to get the monies owed to you?
Yeah, thank you very much, Colin. I think I need to give you a little bit more of how Okahandja we run. Number one, I think we're unfortunate councillors that came in 2020 because when you took over Okahandja municipalities, remember there was no councillors for the past 9 months. That was in 2020. So the councillors were removed by the minister, and there was also the CEO by then. So basically means when we came in, it was quite a chaos in Okahandja municipality. We have to start cleaning and do all these kind of things. So to a point where we came to discover that the debts that were accumulated were 212 million.
Jeez, that's a lot.
Yes, so that were owed to us, to the council, to the municipalities, by the residents, including the government institutions. I think the big portions of the debts was owed by the government institutions. So whereby you cannot be able to wake up and close the hospital, we need to engage the ministry, we need to engage those bodies and so on to make some arrangement. But we have exhausted almost every effort that we thought we could do to a point where we have to come now to say, let us look to capacitate the finance department in order for them to be able to collect more. So these two people that we were planning to have, they were not ready for. They were actually just two additional people that we will be able to get as we were able to get is...
Were they working for the municipality?
Just to work for them on a contract basis.
Okay, all right.
Just for 2 years and see how these people, they will be able to assist us in this regard. So that is basically what we found. And we believe up to today that we will be able to collect, with those 2 additional members, we will be able to collect something that can come in the coffer of Okahandja municipality. But the question again that we want to put all of us is that the question should be, why Red Force?
Who's this person that got Red Force at Okahandja municipality?
As I said earlier, that is yet to establish, because as I'm speaking to you right now, as a deputy mayor of the town, I didn't see the contract.
But surely the contract must have gone through procedures, hasn't it? At least, if not the mayoral office and the CEO's office, to get final rubber stamp.
Definitely, but above all, they need the blessings of the council.
Of course.
Of the full council. On the absence of the blessings of the full council, then we can't believe that is a valid contract.
When did this contract come into force?
As I said to you earlier, we are 92% as we speak. Next week we will have a delegation of 3 councillors to Walvis Bay, just to engage Walvis Bay.
No, I'm asking when did the Red Force contract? When did Red Force start operating in Okahandja?
They started operating last year, and we also just learned it through the newspapers. And last year alone, I have wrote a motion to the council in order for us to divorce. It was written on the 21st of June 2023, and that is the motion that, as we speak right now, is about to be executed.
Mayor Namubes, I'm sure you've read the papers on various other municipalities, and you can hear the story now with the Okahandja municipality. Have you received any phone calls, perhaps, or even, spoken to any other municipalities to come to you and do a not a comparative analysis, but more to come check in and see how you guys do things on your end, and perhaps see where you can provide some leadership, some guidance, some clarity on certain issues? Have these conversations popped up with other councils or municipalities?
Thank you, Colin. Not only for the Red Force, but the municipalities, we have been receiving calls and visits from different municipalities all over Namibia. We had Okahandja, we had Rundu, and Walvis Bay and us, we are sisters. Hindis Bay, Arandes, and Okahandja, we are family in council. So we have been talking. They are visiting us. The good thing about the other councils, even we had in the south, we have councils from the south visiting us. Really, honestly, they are coming, and they are, even Usakos and Garibeb was here. That means the majority of the councils consulted us, and they were honest about wanting to learn and wanting to be at the same level as us. I'm not bragging about anything, but as a person that relies on the input and advices from the grassroots, I appreciate the calls from the other councils, and I appreciate their visits to us, because at the end of the day, we are councils that serve Namibia at large, and that is there to achieve the same goal and to really achieve global sustainable goals in the benefit of our Namibian nation. So we have been receiving calls, we have received visits, and we are busy exchanging skills, expertise, and programs. So yeah, we have been receiving calls and visits from them, and I really do appreciate that. We also call them if we really want to learn from them. I really always call Walvis Bay, because Walvis Bay is an industrial hub, and they are receiving more business or more investors than us. And I'm always calling them, and I'm always asking them to please share the investors with us as well, because we also have investment that we probably didn't really reveal to the external world. But yeah, we have a very good relationship with the rest of the councils, and I believe where they fall, we are there to help. Where we fall, we can rely on them.
It gives you confidence, though, doesn't it, when they come to you for benchmarking?
I beg your pardon?
It gives you confidence, doesn't it, when you see the other municipalities coming to you for benchmarking because you're doing so well?
Yes. It really gives us confidence, and I'm always advising the town councils that we are different politicians serving the nation, but we really have to leave our political differences or affiliations outside when we come to the council, because we are there for one purpose. And as soon as you are coming into the council with your political differences, you are damaging the nation. So we leave our political differences outside, and we come as a team and serving the people, loving the people, and striving for life. So my advice to the councils is really forget about political differences, because it is affecting the decision making, and it can really also affect the well-being of the community. So let's go into the council as brothers and sisters, and as council that is focusing on one goal. But yeah, it gives me confidence, and I'm always still learning, because when somebody is consulting, it also creates an opportunity for you to open opportunities for the rest of the people.
8:45 is the time on the clock. We're winding down our conversation this morning with the Okahandja Deputy Mayor, that's Akser Aupindi, as well as Swakopmund Mayor, Dina Namubes. We're speaking on, the issues of relying on external debt collectors for recovering funds from defaulting clients for local municipalities. Deputy Mayor Aupindi, do you have an idea on just how much is owed to you by defaulting clients in Okahandja? You spoke about 200 million when you came into the council. What's the number looking like now?
Yes, the number is a little bit down, but it's still concerned to us. It's still concerned to us that...
you know how much it is?
Yeah, it's still plus minus 100 and something million.
All right.
That is to be owed. But as I said earlier, the huge portions is sold by the government institutions, and I think we need to have a different approach.
Which institutions are these?
So we're talking about Namibia Police,
okay.
We're talking about Ministry of Health, Ministry of Foreign Culture, and all other ministry and schools, and you understand?
Yeah.
All those are government institutions that we are referring to, but we still want to have a different approach to see how can we engage, because, for example, you cannot just close.
Of course.
You cannot close the hospital's water. So the same people that are comes to the hospitals is the same people that we are saving. It's the councillor, so it's our people basically. So we need to look at how we'll be able to go about it, because, for example, to say maybe we need to say we are going to open the water from 6 o'clock to 8, then from 8 to 11 there will be no water, just to make sure that really we trying to enforce these people, and also to create a very conducive environment in order for us to reach a common goal with the government and other. But what is important is I want to mention is that it is always good when you are engaging the people. They need to understand what circumstances, because this water what we are using, we are also paying for it from Namwater, and we are proud to say that we have, at least as we speak now, cleared Namwater's account as we speak, so we are updated on it, but we have a huge amount that we're being owed. And also one look at a point where we are saying we wanted to write off the debts, but it's not an easy exercise. So you need to tighten your belt. As the worship have said, we need to engage one another. We also partake that route of engaging other local authorities and to see how did they manage theirs, and also advice and also benchmarking. I believe it is still not yet water under the bridge, But as far as we speak, we need to do away with Red Force, because the question still remains: why Red Force?
Have since their introduction in Okahandja, have they been assisting? Have they put money back in your kitty?
Yeah, but
how much?
Not as what we want, and also I don't want to jump on conclusions because I didn't see the contract.
Okay.
So basically, the contract could be able to tell me that how much are we paying Red Force, how much percentage do we are going to give them based on what they have collected. So it's still something that, as I said earlier, we are busy investigating. We have somebody that is busy getting us everything together, and we believe we have a special council meeting just on Red Force early next week. So I believe that will be...
Is that when everything will be resolved?
It will be now a crossing road for us to see what will happen.
That's scary though, isn't it? That you don't know who signed that contract within your council.
It's quite scary because we have... Okahandja consists of 7 councillors.
Yeah. And
as far as we speak, none of the councillors come out to say
it was them.
They have seen the contract. And basically, the CEO and the chairperson are the people that are being delegated or authorized by the council to sign the the contracts on the blessings. Besides that, the blessing of the council have taken place. So if I send you today, I said, go and buy for me a top score at Groove Mall, and you find the top score in Groove Mall is not available, you cannot just proceed to Rehoboth. You basically have to come back to me and say, no, they have informed me that the top score is finished, but they are also in Rehoboth, in order for you to get that information or that go ahead that yes, indeed, you can go to Rehoboth. So in the absence of that, if you go to Rehoboth, I don't know that you went to Rehoboth. So I only know that I send you to Groove Mall. That is what basically we are trying to say. So we are going to get everything next week, and we will be able to inform the public and the Namibia at large what is the next step that Okahandja municipality will take from there.
Mayor Namubes, your final contributions as you wind down our conversation to this discussion?
Colin, I just want to highlight once again that we are not here to compete against each other, but we are here to learn from each other, and we are here to save Namibia at large. So my final contribution is that I want to highlight that our council is a very unique and exclusive council, and we love each other in our council. And we will do whatever in our effort to make sure that Namibians and Swakopmund at large is served with all the necessary services. And I love the rest of the other councils. As I said, we are brothers and sisters. We need to support each other. And one more thing is that stakeholder relations building is very important. I can confirm that our stakeholders love our council so much. The mining companies, the other industries are so in love with our council. And whenever we make a call, we get the support from our stakeholders. Thanks to all the mining companies, even the street vendors, every person in our community, including the elderly, the youth, we rely on your support, and we are grateful for all the support thus far that we received from you. It is because of you that we are able to thrive and that we are able to change our town into a smart city. Thank you so much.
Deputy Mayor Aupindi, your final thoughts?
Yes, thank you very much. What I want to say is that I want just to urge the people of Okahandja communities that they should support the council. We are working very hard to make sure that we bring the smile on their face. The issue of Red Force will be looked at it and will be dealt with accordingly. And that should not be dividing the council or the employees and all of them that are involved. So as the mayor have just alluded to, we need to work together. And I want to confirm it to say that we have a good relationship among all the councillors. We are not from the same party, but we have a good relationship amongst our councillors, and we hold hands each and every time. So it is not time to fight any longer. It's time for us to work together and achieve the common goal for the betterment of the residents. So besides where we have fallen, I believe we need to pick up ourselves and try to gain energy and move forward. But they must have trust on us. We are capable. We are ready for and also up for challenges. So therefore, we will get there. Everything is under control as we speak. So yes, we are moving on. So the question still remains, not only to Okahandja municipality, but to other local authorities. The question still remains, why Red Force? So that is the question, and the answer, I think, which will come, because I don't believe that if everybody is crying, then something is not right. So Grootfontein is crying, Keetmans, Rundu, Oshakati, everywhere. Vavspe, Okahandja, everyone is crying, why Red Force? So we need to get the answer. That's my final words.
Well, the Minister of Urban Rural Development, Erastus Uutoni, is saying that most probably the only solution that will work in terms of debt collection is if municipalities and local authorities do away with external debt collectors. The municipality of Swakopmund, as well as that of Okahandja, this morning have echoed the sentiments of the minister. To you, Mayor Namubes, and to you, Deputy Mayor Aupindi, thank you so much for your time this morning. And we're wishing all your municipalities the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Colin.
Indeed.
Have a nice day.
Thanks, the same to you.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Well, that's the conversation on the 40-minute run. Red Force or not Red Force? Definitely Deputy Mayor Aupindi is saying definitely not. We want to do away with Red Force. In actual fact, they're investigating just how the Okahandja municipality got involved with Red Force. Nobody's picking up their hand and saying, well, I signed the contract. I gave a green light for that contract. We saw last week or the week before that Walvis Bay, while they got a court action to dismiss their contract with Red Force. Other municipalities are not happy with the Red Force as well. So it's not just residents that are arguing about this. It's more municipalities themselves also. And we'll see how this pans out, especially coming from the suggestion. It wasn't a directive, it was a suggestion by Erastus Uutoni on rather to have the internal debt collection systems in order and in place. It takes us to 8:56. That is the time of the clock. Thank you so much for making some time for us this morning.
Desert Radio Podcasts.